My daughter is getting married in 12 days. She's doing fine. I'm a little off center. So today I'm going to be doing a dry run of my look for the wedding. I have the dress, I have the shoes. We're going to try it all on today. I'm going to do my makeup, do my hair, put on the dress. We're going to see if everything works. Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Today, I'm a little bit rattled, but we're gonna try to get through this. If you're new here, welcome in. I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you'll consider subscribing while you're here and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And if you want all the good stuff, you might want to consider signing up for my Sunday morning email newsletter. It's kind of famous. It is the most popular thing about my channel, hands down. It is just something that everyone loves. It comes out Sunday morning. It's very short, very sweet, very free. And what I do is I just sort of list all the cool things that I find throughout the week, whether it's a great sale you might have missed or a good purchase that I thought was really worth it, a great piece of information, a good recipe, whatever I would share if we were out together having lunch. That's what goes in the Sunday morning email newsletter. It's super easy to sign up. The link is in the description box down below. It's super free, super fun. I think you're gonna love it. As I said, my daughter's getting married in like 12 days. And I'm a little bit rattled, but today I'm going to go through kind of the trial run of my makeup, my hair, my dress, my shoes, my jewelry, the whole thing. I thought you guys might want to come along with me. I think the reason I'm a little bit rattled is that my daughter lives in California, which is where the wedding is. I live in Florida. So it feels like a little bit of a long distance gig for me, although I did fly out to California a few months ago. You might remember that. And I interviewed florists while I was there. That was one of my jobs for the wedding. We have been able to get everything all together. My daughter is a great organizer. We've got a wedding planner. We've got a great venue. Everything is really taken care of, but for some reason I'm still really nervous. But today we're gonna do makeup. I'm gonna try on my dress. I'm gonna do my hair. And I'd love to say, give me your comments down below. I might change something, but by the time you see this, the wedding will have already happened. So this is what we're doing today. We're gonna hop into makeup right now. What I want to do with my makeup is just keep it very, very subtle. Subtle and classic. No one's gonna be looking at me. They're gonna be looking at the beautiful bride. They don't care about me. I just need to not be obviously, a big fat mistake with my makeup, my hair, and my dress. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump into some favorites, which is what I'm going to use for the wedding. I did get a new eyeshadow palette from ColourPop. It's called the Lavish palette. The reason I picked this up is I was looking for a cool color for my eyelids. I think this might be it. It looks really dark, which it kind of is, and I'm just gonna try to do a very light watercolor wash on my lid to make it look very, very subtle. So we'll give that a whirl. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but we'll see in a few minutes. I'm going to start out with eyeshadow primer. I picked this up from Milani. I haven't used Milani, gosh, in probably a couple of years, but I noticed when I was in the store they have this new purple tube. I don't know if it means it's a new formula or if they just changed the color to catch your attention. I've been using it the last few days and I like it. This Milani primer is very good and it's very, very affordable. So just a little dot on my fingers right there, and that's going to get tapped over my eyelids. Next up, I'm going to use the Dermatology #1 primer. This container is so dirty. I apologize for that, but I use it all the time and my fingers have makeup on it. So there we have it. It's just reality. Just a little bit on the back of my hand, and then that's going to go over the areas of my face, particularly my chin, where my foundation is going to break up if it's going to break up. So just smoothing this over my complexion. It really has a beautiful kind of silky finish to it. It's not gripping at all. It's more of like a pore filling primer or just a smoothing primer. On my lips are glossy because I put on my City Beauty Clear Plumping lip gloss before I started. That just helps to hydrate my lips while I'm doing my makeup, so when I put my lipstick on, they're a little bit fluffier. Now I'm going to take my Jones Road pencil. This is shade #2, and I'm going to put that, see that dark purple line in my under eye area. I'm just going to draw it right along there and a little bit out there in the corner. What I'm trying to do is just color correct a little bit before I use my concealer to kind of knock down the purple areas in my under eyes. I'm going to tap that with my finger. And then I'm going to use the Catrice Under Eye Brightener, a little bit on my finger, and then I'm just going to tap real lightly over that Jones Road pencil. I'm going to go ahead and rough in my brows right now. I always do the detail work of my brows at the very end because I put my foundation on and sometimes that disturbs my brows. So I go back at the very end, just do the final touches and set them down. This is an e.l.f. brow pencil that I picked up. It's in the color taupe. I'm kind of liking it. You know, my hair's a little bit lighter other than my roots right now. So I'm just going to rough in the shape of my brows, and where I start is always at the bottom because that creates the line that frames my eyes. So I'm just going to fill in that bottom area and then fill in any areas in my brow that need a little more oomph. So that will help me just frame in my eyes where the eyeshadow is going to go. So I picked up this palette from ColourPop. You know, I had such a hard time finding an eyeshadow for this particular look, and I was looking for kind of a cool tone plum, which is purple. Which seems silly to call it plum. Plum seems to be more of a warm tone. I want to kind of stick with a cool tone. I got this from the ColourPop site. It was hard to find a range of purple or plum tone, cool plum tones. This was really about the only thing I found. This color right here, I'll probably use over this darker color just to tone it a little bit more to a colorful purple. What I'm looking for this to do is to just really lightly put a wash over my eyelids. I certainly don't want my eyelids to be this dark. So let me go ahead and swatch these two colors on the back of my hand so we can kind of see. So there's the darker one, there's the lighter one right here. I'm going to be using a combination of these two really lightly. So I'm going to take my BK Beauty Angie 503 brush and I'm going to go ahead and just touch it into this color right here. I really don't want a lot. And where I'm going to place that is right in the outside corner of my eye because that's going to deposit the most shadow right there. And then I'm just very carefully going to start moving that over the remainder of my lid. And I'm looking for just a real wash of color, nothing really strong or dark. I just want a very sheer application of this cooler tone. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to place that brush right in the outside corner of my eye and then start gently blending that across. Now that I have that darker color all blended in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lighter color right here and just get a little on my brush. I'm going to tap it off. And what I want to do with that is I'm going to put just a really light coat into the movable lid area to just lighten it up a little bit and give it a little bit more chroma or color. And again, I don't want to do too much. It might look stronger on the camera than it looks in person. So I just want to give it a little bit of color in that movable lid area. Now I'm going to take a clean, fluffy brush, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to really blend that out so that it's very smooth, very sheer. Now I'm going to take another palette I have and I'm just going to be using this white color right here, a little bit on the tip of my brush, not much, and I'm just going to barely run that underneath my eyebrows just to lighten up that brow bone area. For foundation, I'm going to be using my favorite foundation these days. It's the Revlon Illuminance Drugstore Foundation. Absolutely beautiful. Gives just the slightest glow to the skin. It's really pretty. What color am I? I'm in color 201. I don't know what the name is, but that's the number. So I'm going to start out with just maybe a pump and a quarter on the back of my hand and start dotting that around my face. If you haven't tried this foundation and you're looking for a new foundation, I can tell you I really like this one. It's just so pretty on the skin. It lasts well. It wears all day long. Just a real nice foundation. A little bit of glow, which I like. So I'm just taking my BK Beauty foundation brush. I never remember the number. This is the 101. And you might be wondering, Kimberly, what the heck are you going to do with your hair? And yes, I have a ton of root growth right now, but I waited to get my hair done just a few days before the wedding. I would have gone and gotten it done sooner, but I wanted to wait so it was really fresh for the wedding. I'm going to get it lightened so those roots will be gone. And I think I'm just going to wear it very, very simply in a bob. There's something I like about the sophistication of a glamorous gown with just a very simple hairstyle. So that's what I'm going to be going for today. You guys can let me know what you think about it. But keep in mind, the color is going to look a lot better than it does now. It'll be lighter and the roots won't be so doggone dark. So I'm just pressing that into my skin, and then after I do my concealer, I will come back in with a sponge and kind of tap everything out. The concealer I'm using today is from Revlon as well. This is their Color Stay Skin Awaken. Really like this. It says 24 hours and I'm in color, I can't read it. And I'll have it listed below, probably close to the lightest color. I'm generally 1 or 2 up from the lightest color, so a little bit underneath my eyes. And of course I already have that corrector on and the Jones Road pencil, so hopefully we can knock down those purple circles. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just start pressing the complexion in. I like the finish that a sponge gives. It's just really smooth and pretty. Now I'm going to take my Kosas Cloud Set Powder and a little fluffy brush. This one is from Rephr. It's the Rephr number 4 brush. I really like it. I've been using it for several years. Oop, got a little something under there. And just lightly under my eyes, and then I kind of tap down the other areas of my face that I don't want to have a little bit of glow on. And my chin, of all the places, my chin seems to break up the most. I don't know if I put my hands on my chin during the day or what goes on, but that's generally where I lose my foundation. Now I'm going to go back in with that sponge and just press everything in. For bronzer today, I'm going to be using the NARS Laguna bronzer. This is like a classic. It's just a tiny little travel one that I've had. I thought it would be perfect to travel with. So I'm just going to take my brush and get some product on that and start defining some planes and angles on my face. This one is nice because it's easy to travel with. And then down underneath my chin, just makes things look a little bit tighter. Any trick will do. And then I just want to make sure that that's blended in really well. Gives a little bit of a plane and angle action with the face. For blush, I'm going to be using this Sigma blush. I looked through all my blushes and I was looking for just the right tone. This comes as close as I can find with what I have. This is their Berry Love. And again, who's going to be looking at my cheeks? Nobody cares about me. I'm just the mother of the bride. They're going to be looking at all the young girls in the beautiful dresses and that sort of thing. So I'm going to get a little bit of this on my brush and I'm just going to do a light application, you know, because I've got a lot going on with the eyes. So I'm just going to keep the rest of the face pretty quiet. So now I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and just blend. For highlighter, I'm using my favorite, again, probably a messy container. This is Makeup by Mario, the color Pearl. You can see how much I've loved that. I rarely hit pan on anything, but this one is a keeper. So I'm just going to hit the tops of my cheeks. And again, I'm going to take that big fluffy brush and blend. And to finish off the complexion, I'm going to take my Hourglass. This is in dim light. Just pulls everything together. Now I'm going to curl my lashes, tight line. This is the L'Oreal Infallible Gel Liner. I'm liking it pretty much. It's not 100% transfer proof. In other words, when I first tight line with it, it does transfer a little bit onto my lower lash. I just clean it off and then it's pretty much good for the rest of the day. So that's the scoop on this one. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Base Primer. I have a brand new tube. I'm excited about that. And then I'm going to be using the Revlon Big Bad Lash and I'll be right back. So here's the hair and makeup. On my lips, I have the Gone Greige lip liner. This is from Maybelline. I love this. It's a cool tone liner. So if you're having a hard time finding a cool tone liner, this one is a good one. You can get it right off of Amazon. And then I have, and I'm not joking, I have a lipstick from Lawless. This is called Wedding Day. I'm not making this up. So this is the lipstick. Let me go ahead and put that on the back of my hand along with the lip liner. And then over the top of that, just kind of in the center of my lips, I have the Pink Nude lip gloss from City Beauty. So that makes kind of a real pretty coolish tone neutral lip. And I'll go ahead and show you all of these on the back of my hand. So right here, it's the lip liner, that's the lipstick Wedding Day, and then the Pink Nude from City Beauty. I'm thinking that my hair like this, just very simple and sleek, is going to work better with a fancier dress. That's my thought anyway. I could style it with curls, but I don't know. I think that this might be the best solution. So now it's time to try on the dress and the shoes. The really good news about this dress is that it's so comfortable. It really is. It kind of feels a little bit like jammies, which is a good thing. I am wearing a strapless bra. I haven't worn a strapless bra 25 years, maybe more. So that's gonna be a little dicey. It's a long wedding. We're gonna be there about 8 hours. I'll probably have the dress on a good hour before the wedding. So wish me luck that this whole thing all comes together. I'll go ahead and pull back and give you guys a longer shot now. I want to thank you so much for joining me for this little wedding get ready rehearsal. Run through, whatever it is. I am sure that the wedding is going to be so much fun. I am really excited about it. My daughter is a whole lot of fun. So is her handsome fiance. It's going to be a really great time. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this fun, useful, and helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, weddings, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.